Hi everyone, this is Michelle with Purposeful Happiness. I am working on a set of Hobbit feet for my journal today, and I made a foam stamp to replicate the Hobbit feet, which are very long and wide at the toes. So the supplies you'll need would be an ink pad, scissors, and just a regular ballpoint pen and simple foam sheets. That would be it. So I have already made a copy of the foot that I want to make. And here I am just trying to transfer that foot onto a piece of foam sheet with my pen. You can draw any style of stamp that you want. Here I am just going to make sure that I get the toes with my pen pushed in a little bit harder and the arch not as much because I want a little bit of a shadow for that. So after you get your piece drawn on, you just go in and cut out your stamp. Now this isn't going to be perfect, but I'm okay with that because this is just a handmade rubber stamp to replicate a Hobbit foot. I looked everywhere to see if I could find one and I could not. So my solution was to just make my own. And after doing this, I will make quite a few more of my own custom stamps so that I can use it in the journals. It was really fun and very simple. So we'll just finish cutting out this piece. I should say that this foam is a sticky backed foam. You don't necessarily need that. It's just what I found at my local craft store. So I'm coming back in and I'm just going to add a little bit more pressure to the arch of the foot where I need more of a shadow. And both feet are the same, kind of the same size, so that'll work. You can go back in and just put some of the finishing touches on your stamp. I needed to round some of my edges here. And in under about 20 minutes, I had 2 Hobbit feet ready to be stamped. So this is my Bilbo Baggins mini journal in replica. So I want to put a footprint in here in the journal. So this time I'm just going to put it on the stamp and see how the ink transfers. And I'm really happy with the way that turned out. It gives the look that I was looking for in this particular journal, where most of what I'm doing in this journal is made by myself. So this just adds to it. So I want this foot to look like it's coming from the bottom of the book up. So I'm going to print it just a little bit lower. And here's also where you'll see my first mistake here. When I cut this out and drew on it, I forgot to go in and really put in the impressions that I needed for this foot. So now I have to go back in and draw the lines in more closely so that I can have some definition on the stamp. So not a big deal. I just forgot to finish the details after sketching. So that's what you'll see here. And we'll try it again. We'll just put it down on the paper and see if this left enough of an indentation to make it work. And it does. The toes are clear, so I'm happy with that. So what I would like to do with these 2 feet is try it out on a book page, which is what I'll be using for some of my tags and pockets. So we'll just pull out the book page. This time I'm going to try to use an acrylic block and see if I can get a little more even pressure, which is what I prefer. So for this, I'm just using a double-sided tape. I am not going to take the backing off of the foam because I want this to easily come on and off this acrylic block. And I'll show you why that's important at the end of the video because I have already done this. So now we'll just walk these footsteps up the page. Should be noted that there was no slipping of the foam with the double-sided tape, so not an issue at all. I would not use the backing of the foam because it will stick to the acrylic block and I will spend another 20 minutes with this.